Hello from the sandy banks of the Caspian Sea. The Caspian Sea is over there somewhere. Today's plan is to ride across that stretch of water to Kazakhstan on a cargo ship, a ship which has some of the worst reviews online I've ever seen. The phrases rust bucket and death trap seem to be used a lot by former passengers. Anyway, join me on an ocean adventure to the heart of Asia. But first we've got to negotiate the flipping Soviet stairs. Bloody hell. Here we go. We made it. The journey's off to a good start. Что? Хорошая страна, согласен, согласен. Я сегодня корабль до Казахстан. Один я, одинокий человек. So this is the little town of Alat, which is near the ferry port. I've got to get through the bad streets, the mean streets of Alat, to get to the ferry port. Flipping heck. This is it though. This is a small town in Azerbaijan. Not everywhere has benefited from the vast oil money that's flowed into this country. The Grand Prix feels like a million miles away in Baku. This is the real Azerbaijan. Well, the real Azerbaijan for many people. Nothing but goats and washing on washing lines. Check it out. Azerbaijan. Today, I'm going to show you a place where they still eat challah for breakfast. Let's check it out.
Easter boat, you're coming with us.
Oh, not this again.
Mr. Bolt, do you know why you're here?
I have no idea.
You were chosen for the very secret mission that only you can complete. Our enemies stole the rarest Soviet mosaic right under our noses. Your task is to find it and bring it back to us.
But where would I find it?
Well, it's hidden. In the most unexpected place you can ever imagine. In the video game World of Warships.
Enemy spotted. Gopnik alert. Engaging hard fast mode. Babushka's direct front. Na shashlik, patsani. Massive unit on radar, and it's not a marshrutka. Cracking work, you absolute Soviet legends. World of Warships is the top online naval battle game, allowing you to choose from over 850 historical battleships spread across 13 different nations. And if you sign up right now, using the code BALD, B-A-L-D, you get a load of free stuff, including me as your commander. You get a Soviet battleship. You also get a Soviet mosaic camouflage for that ship. You get a flag, 7 days premium, and as you progress in the game, loads of other free stuff to unlock. So, see you on the high seas. Use the code BALD. Now, if you already have an account, don't worry, you can still get the Commander and Camouflage totally free. All you've got to do, click the link in the description below. Register, sign up, and begin playing on your PC the world's greatest naval battle game, which has just got even better because yours truly is in it. And don't worry if you've got some old PC from the 1980s, some old whatever. It still works. World of Warships think of everything. See you on the high seas. Well, this is the Azerbaijan I expected. Nothing but old Mercedes and Ladas, abandoned Soviet buildings, and friendly Azerbaijani people. There's another Lada there, Zhiguli. There we go. Everywhere you look, they just appear, the old Zhigulis. Wow, and the heat. Nothing but bloody heat in this part of the world. It's unreal. Whew. I need a hat. Let's go and check out the market and maybe buy a few things for the boat journey. Who knows how long it takes? I have no idea. There's no information online. Let's have a look. Whew. A quintessential thing that you see in the Caucasus is a Lada with fruit in the back of it. Check it out. Salam, brad, salam. A Zhiguli, chorny Zhiguli, and melons. Vash? Yours? Okay. That is the quintessential black larder and a load of melons in the boot. Check it out. Wonderful. Яблочки или что-то есть? Есть?
Яблочки есть.
Есть? Хорошо. Так. Я сегодня корабль на Казахстан. Надо что-то кушать. Достаточно. Это достаточно, я думаю. Это достаточно, брат. Это достаточно.
8 штук. Хватит?
Сколько вам? 8 штук. Got a bargain hard.
Манат 50 копеек.
Сколько?
1 манат 50 копеек.
Хорошо. There you go, the friendly people. Salam. О, что, бабушка? Бабушка, здравствуйте. О, давайте. О, бабушка. О, бабушка.
Bir manat karpuz.
Хорошо, это кто? Ваши внучки кто-то? Салам алейкум.
On bir manat karpuz.
Как я буду? Это слишком большой. Я корабль, Казахстан. Так, у меня есть это.
Pay verin padarka.
Ну, подарка не надо, что? Ну, все, подарка не надо, брат.
Ай,
Не,
Allah.
я плачу. Сколько вам? Сколько?
Verme.
Vermedi.
Самая хорошая бабушка. Самая хорошая. Спасибо, вы очень добрые люди. Спасибо вам большое.
Ай, Allah.
Спасибо. Wow. Did you see that? How friendly the Azerbaijan is. Спасибо вам большое.
Ben çek.
Wow, she's a jolly babushka. We found a babushka. Salam.
Salam.
Wow. Я корабль, Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Да. Спасибо вам большое, бабушка. До свидания. Wow. There you go, the friendly babushkas of Azerbaijan. They might have some of the top-rated babushkas in all of the former Soviet Union. She gave me a load of tomatoes. And just to remind you that we're on the Caspian Sea, you can come here and buy your rubber dinghies, your life jackets, your little swan, or your rubber ducks, and have a little beach holiday here on the Caspian Sea. Why have a beach holiday in the Mediterranean when you can come to the Caspian Sea, the most Soviet of all the seas that there was, surrounded as it was by, well, on three sides by former Soviet countries. Come here, have a bucket and spade holiday, and get some free tomatoes. Over here on the other side of the road, I want to show you something. Let the Mercedes go past. It says, Karabakh is Azerbaijan. Karabakh meaning Nagorno-Karabakh. And here, on the edge of Alat, is the Karabakh Memorial, like every town in Azerbaijan has. Well, here are the names of the different people who died in the Karabakh War, and at different dates. In the very beginning in 92, and some in 94, and some later, 96, 2008, 2010, 2022. You know, whatever your opinion is about the Karabakh War and who's right and who's wrong, and of course I have my own opinion, what can't be denied is that it's a tragedy for both sides. It's many families were destroyed by what happened over in Nagorno-Karabakh. And yeah, here's some of the names of those people. Well, we've packed away our tomatoes in the old Soviet bus stop of Alat, and now we have to find a taxi that's going to take us to the port, which is a couple of miles away. And I see the kind of taxi I like is a Soviet larder taxi. Woo. But no driver. Where's the driver? Товарищ, это ваш такси? Хорошо. Салам. Мне надо Ferry порт. Порт, да, Казахстан. Хорошо? Дорого? Дорого? Много?
А ты конак, да?
Да, сколько?
Да. 5 рублей.
5 рублей, 5 минут.
5 минут.
Хорошо, 5 минут. £2.50 to ride in a bloody larder. Bargain. Хорошо. Хорошая машина. В Англии у нас нету такой. У нас нету лада, Жигули нету в Англии.
Burada есть.
У вас есть, я знаю. Хорошо, давайте. Приключение будет. Хорошо. Я сегодня в Казахстан еду. Если корабль есть, я не знаю. Что вы думаете, сегодня будет? может
Я не
быть.
знаю, да.
Вы не знаете.
Yol yedim. Yok sağ olun yedim. Vladivostok.
Владивосток?
Да.
Вы?
Да.
Армия?
Там армия.
Советская армия.
Советская.
О, настоящий советский человек. Я уважаю это. Вы молодец.
По-русски
Да.
не говорите, же
Практика нету у вас.
Это чуть-чуть знаете.
Но без проблем.
Да.
О, секундочку. Блин, tomatoes. О. Хотите фото? Как, с машины, что ли?
Машина.
О, красивый. Давайте вместе фото.
Да,
Давайте
вместе,
фото.
вместе.
Together, the best taxi driver in Azerbaijan. И красивый Жигули. Спасибо, давайте я плачу. На, 10. Хорошо, очень хороший такси. Спасибо вам большое. И красивая машина. There we go. We've got friendly babushkas and we've got friendly taxi drivers. And where the hell do I go? Here at the Sea Trade Port. Когда будет корабль? Я даже не знаю. Что?
Сегодня ночью.
Сегодня?
Ночью, да.
20 часов. 8 часов. Что 20? 20.
Ночью, повышка ночью или утром, завтра утром.
Да?
Вот так.
Хорошо. Актау, да?
Нет, Курик.
Да, но это рядом Актау, я думаю. Да, хорошо.
70 километров.
Kazakhstan. Не Turkmenistan. Well, we've got our ticket to flipping Kazakhstan on the world's worst rated ferry. But it doesn't leave until about 2 in the morning, they said, or it basically leaves when it's full up. So instead of hanging around in the port with nothing to do, we're going to head back into Soviet Alat. Not the world's most interesting town, it has to be said, but better than the ferry port where they keep telling me not to film. So anyway, back to Alat for the second time in my life. Вы не хотите Alat? Я плачу, машина. Не хотите? Я плачу. Alat, только там город. Да. О, молодец, о, вы хорошие. Такси хочу, только до Alat.
Alat.
Да. Вы можете? Спасибо вам большое. Хорошо. О, спасибо вам большое. Добрые люди. There you go. The Soviet Jedushkas don't let you down. They're as good as the babushkas almost. Not as sexy, but just as reliable.
Ya ondan bir 200 metre kabağa kranı saklamışım hani yolun bırakında, bir asfaltın bırakında, limana giden yol üstünde. Сигарет хотите?
Ивановец.
Сигарет.
Я не курю. Спасибо, брат.
Хорошо, что не курите.
Но раньше курил.
Это не делать.
Но водки еще пью. Водки еще пью. Да, конечно. Именно. I'm half healthy. I still drink vodka.
Это плохой вещь.
Да, я знаю. Но наслаждайся
Я не могу
жизнью.
бросать.
Наслаждайся жизнью. Enjoy your life, I said. Enjoy your life. He said he can't give up. I said, enjoy your life. Have a fag. What's wrong with that? Из Англии.
Лондон хорошо место.
Раньше.
Не знаю раньше, я видел, да, телевизор я смотрел.
Сейчас не так хорошо.
Не знаю точно.
Кто не русский? Он не русский.
Нет,
Я не русский. Я не русский. Я чистый англичанин.
İngilizce bu.
Но говорил чуть-чуть. Говорил чуть-чуть на
Bu
русском.
sen kimlere okşuyor? Kaba pokhoş.
Похож русский?
Похож не похож.
Путин, похож Путин.
Путина.
Хорошо.
Путин хороший человек.
Да, хорошо.
Я так думаю, хороший человек.
Хорошо.
Пусть будет забрать всех миров. Людей, которые раньше жили, это Америка, Мексика.
Мексика.
Мексиканская окшия.
Я? Похож мексиканский? Почему мексиканский? Да ладно, мексиканский. Лисий мексикан. Хорошо. There you go. I look like a Mexican for some reason.
Нет, я хотел, что с ним чай пил.
И?
Побежал сюда. Он ничего не дал.
Он не дал?
Да.
Блин, как он не стыдно. Он скупой. Скупой is a very useful word in Russian. It means tight. Jadny, greedy, jadny, skupoy. So he doesn't want to make a cup of tea for the old Jedushka. So that means he's skupoy. Remember that word, you can use it. Where's the bloody taxi? Have they called one? Nothing happening out here. Где taxi? Alat, Alat. Got it. Ой, спасибо вам. Ой. Спасибо. Только центр город, пожалуйста, центр город. Давайте, брат, давайте. Давай.
Gel şunları tut şuradan. Ha gel.
Садись. Приключения будет.
Спасибо.
Salam.
Bunun dedim bile sana. Çöre yemeğe.
Да, шашлык. Да, хорошо. Спасибо. What's going on?
Düşmedi.
Shumade. Yeah. He needs to get change. No one has change in this country. It's one of the problems of Azerbaijan. You give them a 50 or a 20 and they're like, oh, come on, brother, I've got no change. And I've got no change either, so. I think he was thinking I was going to say keep the change, but not a chance. Маленький уютный кафечек. Oh, look what we can have. All this lovely grub. Кушать. Что можно кушать здесь?
Akşam böyle göder arasın.
Шашлык или что здесь?
Neyin var Şaşlık yiyoruz.
Хорошо. Какой?
Ancak kebaptan bakın diyorum. Millet, çişe.
Хорошо. Дайте мне, пожалуйста, баранный.
Koyun.
Да?
Да?
Хорошо. Дайте, пожалуйста. Салам всем. Woo. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you order a shashlik in the provinces of Azerbaijan when there's a table of lads staring you out on the other side of the restaurant. You know, you could do this too if you want to. You could come to a Soviet cafe and eat shashlik, meet the Soviet taxi drivers in their larders, converse with the locals. All you've got to do is book that ticket. Choose your republic and book that ticket, and maybe learn a little bit of Russian before you come, and this whole vast former empire opens up to you. Maybe you'll even ride on the world's dodgiest ferry across the Caspian Sea. Everything is possible if you book that ticket. Here. Soviet cat. Well, we're back in the centre of sunny Alat. There's absolutely nothing to do here, and believe me, I've been looking for the last hour. But still, despite the, well, run-down nature of the place, yes, Alat is a bit of a crap hole, I will admit, it's still much nicer than Birmingham. Even the bin area is nicer. Здравствуйте, salam. Better than Birmingham. Yep. Even he agreed. Well, I'm back at the port, and here the waiting room. Check out the waiting room. A little room that I'm going to see out the next 12, 10, 8, 24 hours, who knows. But don't worry about me. I've got my bottle of Foo's tea, my favourite drink. So I'm going to be okay until we then cross the Caspian More, which is out there somewhere. I'm going to fulfill my lifetime dream of becoming a Soviet sailor, Maryak. Sometime tonight, as we set sail to Kazakhstan. It's really interesting being here in the trailer park. We've got trucks from all over the former USSR, from Georgia, from Turkey, not USSR, but still. We've got trucks here from Azerbaijan, Tajikistan. We've got so many trucks I've seen from Ukraine. Think what a trip those Ukrainian drivers have made all the way down through Europe. Here we got one from Turkmenistan. Check it out, TM, Turkmenistan. Wowzers, a real United Nations here gathering of former Soviet countries' truckers. All here, meeting, waiting to cross the Caspian Sea, just like we are. Sometime tonight. Well, the lorries are being loaded onto the boats. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. And finally, we are about to begin our Soviet fairy tale. I said fairy tale, not fairy tale. Do you see what
Smoking all of it, only in the smoking room.
Well, before we go up on deck and watch our departure, I'll show you my little cabin. What you get here for $70, you get a little desk to put your tomatoes on. You get a window. Here's my bunk in here. Clock. And here, you've got the bathroom with a shower. Look at that. Oh, fucking hellfire. This is where I'll be spending much of... the mattress is a bit flipping stained. What are those stains on it? That is a sailor's seam. Who knows? Anyway, let's go up on deck and watch us pull out of the flipping harbour. Finally, hopefully. Come on. Well, it's 12:30 in the bloody afternoon. I've been at the river port 20 hours, more than 20 hours. We've still not left, but I think the last of the trucks is just boarded. All the Turkmenistanis, the Georgians, the Ukrainians, they're all on board, ready to begin the journey on a ship that is named after the wife. Forget what the name is, but it's named after her. So, yeah, the Mrs. Aliyev ship is going to take us, hopefully, through calm seas to Central Asia. Exciting.
Я Хмельницкий.
Хмельницкий, это где? Это
Винница, Киев,
Винница,
Хмельницкий.
да, понял. А вы как туда тогда? Через
Болгария, Румыния, Турция, Грузия, Азербайджан.
Сколько дней? 3-4
Месяц.
Да, было, да?
Раньше мы ходили через Россию.
Да, конечно.
Там было быстро.
Конечно.
Через Россию, Оренбург,
Да,
Казахстан,
да,
Узбекистан.
и уже там. А
И уже
сейчас?
Ташкент. А сейчас?
Да, сейчас другая ситуация. Но приключения.
Не, лучше мы дальше поедем, чем унизимся. Ну, честно, я украинец.
Знаю.
Он терпеливый.
Да.
Его злят, он терпит. Но когда у него вот это обрывается
Да.
терпение,
Да.
его не остановишь. уже.
Понял.
Это не Россия.
Да.
Россия беспредел.
Разница
Украина бабушку не тронет, дитё не тронет, всех дальше тронет.
Понял.
А Россия всех подряд трогает.
Представляю, ваш кабинет, типа, музыка есть, хорошая музыка.
Кондиционер,
Советский музыка.
да, разный.
Да, понятно. Ну, хорошо тогда.
Не, нам сейчас запрещен советский музыка. Ну, российский.
Из-за... понял. А, блин, да?
Да.
Ну ладно. Верка сидушки тогда.
Да.
Очень приятно. Wow. What an interesting guy. We just met a Ukrainian trucker who's traveling to Uzbekistan all the way from Vinnytsia. But still we're not moving. Well, finally, at 1:30 in the afternoon, we've set sail from Azerbaijan as we pass the Soviet blocks of Alat over there. And we turn instead towards the distant shores of Central Asia, Kazakhstan, somewhere across the Caspian Sea. Well, now that we've left port, I should show you something here on the boat. I mean, they say it's the worst boat ever, but so far, I kind of like it. I want to show you something at the end of the corridor. Check this out. In the main lobby of the boat, we have a Karabakh is Azerbaijan. We got a picture of the bloke in his army outfit. And different pictures from the Karabakh War, I suppose. There's old El Presidente touching the flag. Shusha, a famous town in Karabakh. I mean, for a soldier, there's not much mud on his trousers. I don't think he was ever in the trenches. And over here, thoughtfully left out, is a box of biscuits. Look for the passengers. You can come and have a wafer when you're hungry. You can come and have a very stale wafer when you're hungry. The amazing thing about this boat, not the wafers, but how smooth it is. I mean, the Caspian Sea, which is really a giant lake, the biggest lake in the world, very flat. And so there's hardly any ripples or waves. I think it's going to be a nice smooth crossing. Even Backpacker Ben wouldn't get sick on this one. Uzbekistan?
Не, Казахстан едет.
А, Казахстан едет. А, понятно. Ну да. 20 часов, да? 20 часов.
22.
22?
Да.
Блин, иногда говорит 24, 20, 18, 22. Я не знаю, что правда.
Первый раз. Сколько ездил.
А, ясно.
Если ветер не будет. Если ветер будет, еще долго.
Ah, блин. Allow me, if I may, to give you some historical trivia, something you might not know, which is that in 1919, the British Navy had a battle with the Soviet Navy right here on the Caspian Sea. The British Navy, under the command of Norris, won the battle and sank the Soviet fleet at Alexandrovsky Fort. Even here, in the middle of Central Asia, the Brits have been sticking their nose in and beating up the locals. Let's go and get some food. Well, if you're wondering what a Caspian seafarer eats on the journey across the Soviet Sea, is this: a chicken leg and some buckwheat, I think. Something like that. Tasty. Very tasty, in fact.
Bon appetit.
О, спасибо вам большое. Вкусно очень. Хорошее. Well, guys, that's the end of our first day on the high seas. See you guys up on deck bright and early in the morning. Spocky Nocky. Well, good morning from day 2 on what has been rated online as the world's worst ferry. But I want to know who wrote those reviews. I think it might be a rival ferry company, because I can't fault this journey. I've just had a bloody good breakfast, had a great night's sleep. The only thing lacking on this ferry, what they need is they need a bar, maybe a little discotheque, and some interdevotchki hanging around in the lobby. That would be great. But unfortunately, none of those things. But still, what they say is the world's worst ferry, I might rate as well one of the world's greatest ferries, as we now head towards Kazakhstan. Somewhere over there in the midst of the Caspian Sea is Kazakhstan. Well, after 22 hours on the world's greatest ferry, it's finally time to get off. Hello.
Excuse me?
Excuse you. А, все там.
Что, собираемся потихоньку?
Хорошо.
Отправляемся?
It seems that Kazakhstan is in sight. Let's go and check it out. Juicy babushka's tomatoes. Let's go. We're finally going to touch dry land. Thank God. Пока, брат. Удачи. Well, the journey has come to its conclusion. We crossed from Europe, kind of, to Asia, across the Caspian Sea, like Soviet sailors of the past. I've come to the Ibiza of Kazakhstan, Aktau Beach. Check it out, it's bloody beautiful. Look at it, beautiful. And this is where I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks, here on the beach, chilling out, meeting the locals, trying some shashlik. Assalamu alaikum всем. Ah, look, the friendly Kazakhstani люди. Очень приятно всем. Все хорошо. There you go. Что? Видео, да, YouTube. Хорошо? Очень приятно, ребята. There you go. Those are the kind of people I'm going to be hanging out with for the next 2 weeks. Here on flipping Aktau Beach. What have I done? I wish you could smell Aktau Beach. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thank you to World of Warships, the world's greatest computer game, for making this trip possible. All right, till next time, cheerio. From beautiful Aktau. Bloody stinks. Download the game, play my character. Try not to get me killed. До свидания.